I'm done with subscriptions. Streaming, fitness, razors, vitamins. I've got subscriptions for everything in my life. They lock you in, and half the time, I can't figure out how to unsubscribe. That's why I'm so excited about the new Blue Apron. Now you can get delicious meals delivered with no subscription needed, including new pre-made options. Keep the flavor, ditch the subscription. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Like, Mint is still premium, unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes of network busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
On today's Smart 7, European leaders push for Ukraine peace deal, tributes to murdered Hollywood couple and much more. It's Tuesday, 16th of December. It's Stupid Toy Day and happy birthday, Zara Larsson.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Australia struggled to cope with the aftermath of the horrific Bondi Beach terror attack on Monday, which saw at least 15 people killed, while 24 remain in hospital. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese says a father and son duo with extremist links were responsible for the attacks, with a homemade Islamic State flag found in their car. The firearms used in the incident were all legally held, and lawmakers have pledged to tighten gun laws, but Jamie Hyams from the Australia, Israel and Jewish Affairs Council says the events have seriously concerned Australia's Jewish community.
Since October 7, people are getting more frightened. They're starting to wonder if there actually is a future for the Australian Jewish community here. Some people are talking about moving to Israel where it's safer.
Meanwhile, Tory leader Kemi Badenoch says that anti-Semitism is on the rise and that more needs to be done to counter extremism.
We also need to be very honest about the threat that we face. What we saw in Manchester and in Bondi Beach was Islamic extremism. We need to do everything we can to decontaminate this poisonous thinking from our countries.
The head of MI6, Blaise Metrawell, called out Vladimir Putin on Monday, accusing him of dragging out negotiations over Ukraine. Her remarks came as Russia continued its attacks on Ukrainian energy infrastructure to increase pressure on Ukrainian President Zelensky as peace talks continued in Germany. UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer appeared in front of the Parliamentary Liaison Committee on Monday morning to make the case for increased defence spending for the UK as the threat from Russia ramps up.
For too many years now, pretty well all European countries have not done enough on defence and security, and we need to step up in terms of not just spend but capability and coordination. The threat from Russia is very clear, very real. It's not just in Ukraine.
The PM then departed for Berlin, where the peace talks between the US and Ukraine concluded before a separate meeting with EU and European leaders. A statement from the German government on behalf of the leaders welcomed what they called significant progress and added that a European multinational force would be involved in supporting Ukraine and helping to maintain a potential future ceasefire. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz says that the time has come for a deal to be done.
We must reach an agreement at the European Council meeting. I consider this to be a key issue for our ability to act within the European Union, and we must resolve it now.
There was bad news on Monday as resident doctors announced they're going to go ahead with a 5-day strike, starting on Wednesday. Both Prime Minister Keir Starmer and Health Secretary Wes Streeting had been applying enormous pressure to the British Medical Association in a bid to get the strike cancelled or postponed. They're concerned about the tidal wave of flu, which has put the NHS under extreme pressure in the run into Christmas. But a vote by members rejected the latest offer, with 83% saying the strike should go ahead. The Health Secretary says it's a high-risk decision.
The BMA have chosen to strike this week, not only to cause maximum impact and damage to the NHS, but choosing to do so at a time when there is the maximum risk to patients. I think that is irresponsible and I think it's dangerous.
The COVID inquiry continued its investigation into the pandemic on Monday, beginning a module looking at the economic impact of the events of 2020 with an examination of Rishi Sunak. The former Tory Prime Minister was Chancellor at the time the pandemic hit, and he described his anxiety in the early days about whether the UK would be able to fund itself as the nation shut down. He also described a government that was not prepared for remote working, with ministers needing help to get set up on Teams, and the discovery that the Chancellor's office at number 11 didn't have enough sockets. He spoke about the fear of the unknown and the speed at which events moved.
Looking back at it, slightly benefited from the fact that there wasn't really time to panic, there wasn't really time to worry. You just, certainly my approach to it individually was you just had to focus on the problem in front of you, run at it, solve it best you could, get on to the next one and just keep going and not let it consume you.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, an 8-goal thriller at Old Trafford and tributes to a tragic Hollywood couple. Right after this.
This holiday season, Instacart is bringing magic to the people who make it magic for others. Get delivery and deals on everything you need this season, whether it's a last-minute holiday decor emergency, coverage for the holiday party, or just avoiding going out in the cold. Instacart is here. Plus, November 24th to December 23rd is Deal Month, with savings from your favorite retailers and deals on grocery, electronics, beauty, toys, and more. Download the Instacart app to get a little magic delivered today.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here. Wishing you a very happy half-off holiday because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. Like Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day. Yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
Welcome back.
This week sees the Carabao Cup quarter-finals get underway as the last 8 do battle. Chelsea and Cardiff face off on Tuesday, with Newcastle and Fulham, Man City and Brentford in action on Wednesday, while Arsenal face Crystal Palace next week. Monday night saw one game in the Premier League as Man United welcomed Bournemouth to Old Trafford. It turned out to be a rollercoaster of a game with 8 goals which finished in a 4-4 draw, and United manager Amorim wasn't sure what to make of it.
It was a fun game for everyone at home. I think we started really well. We did a very good first half. The result should be completely different. In our possession, we need to to think about not to go again, but to take calm and to close the game. In the end, was a fun game.
Bob Odenkirk is quietly carving out a new career as a low-key action hero. Just don't tell Liam Neeson. We've seen Bob get fighting fit for Nobody and the sequel Nobody 2, and now he's about to star in a new thriller that has elements of Fargo and some absolute carnage. He plays a temporary sheriff who arrives into a sleepy Minnesota town called Normal, only to find that the whole town is involved in a conspiracy and are trying to kill him. Normal hits cinemas in April.
Life in Normal is quiet, peaceful, predictable. Until it isn't.
I meant a lot.
Monday morning brought tragic news from California as the death of actor and director Rob Reiner and his wife, producer and photographer Michelle Singer Reiner was announced. Police found the two dead in their home and a family member has been arrested on suspicion of the murders. Michelle Singer Reiner was a well-known photographer who took the cover picture of Donald Trump for his Art of the Deal book, but that wasn't enough to stop the US president posting a deranged rant about the death of the couple. Rob Reiner was an activist as well as an actor, director and producer and spoke out often against Trump. He directed some of the most famous movies of his era, including When Harry Met Sally, Stand By Me and A Few Good Men. His production company Castle Rock Entertainment also produced shows like Seinfeld. He spoke to 60 Minutes about legendary rock mockumentary This Is Spinal Tap. Rest in peace, Rob and Michelle.
Apparently Van Halen had a rider in their contract, no brown M&Ms. So some roadie had to sit there picking out the brown M&Ms. It's crazy. So we looked at that and we said, there's a scene.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
If you're the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, you know having a trusted partner makes all the difference. That's why, hands down, you count on Grainger for auto reordering. With on-time restocks, your team will have the cut-resistant gloves they need at the start of their shift. And you can end your day knowing they've got safety well in hand. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Busy work weeks can leave you feeling drained. Prolon's 5-day fasting mimicking diet works at the cellular level to rejuvenate you from the inside out, providing real results that include fat-focused, sustainable weight loss with no injection needed. Next Gen builds on the original Prolon with 100% organic soups and teas, a richer taste, and ready-to-eat meals. Developed at USC's Longevity Institute and backed by top medical centers, Prolon supports biological age reduction, metabolic health, skin appearance, fat loss, and energy. Get 15% off plus a $40 bonus gift when you subscribe at prolonlife.com/start. That's prolonlife.com/start.